Hi everyone, I hope you're really well. Welcome, or indeed welcome back to the channel. If you are new, don't forget to hit subscribe, because today I'm giving you guys an update on how I've been getting on just using one product until it ran out to both wash and condition my hair. Yes, if you hadn't already guessed, this video is all about Hairstory and the trial that I've been doing with their new wash cleansing system. I have already done a first impressions video on this, so if you've not seen that one already, then I would recommend that you check that one out, just purely because it goes into a bit more detail about Hairstory and new wash and the styling products, and of course it gives my first impressions in terms of how I got on using new wash for the first time. Hairstory challenged me to use new wash exclusively for 30 days, and when I got to the end of the 30 days I thought, well actually I'm just going to carry on until it runs out, because I'm quite curious to see how long it's going to last me anyway, because of the fact that this stuff is quite an upfront investment. So I wanted to see how long it lasted me, and I have pretty much got to the end now. I've probably got maybe one more use left in there, so I thought it was high time that I sat down and had a chat with you guys about how I've been getting on with it and whether my opinions changed at all from that first impressions video where I absolutely loved it. So before we get to my final conclusion here in terms of how I've got on using this product pretty much to the end, let's just go back in time just a bit to Kate from a few weeks ago, and we'll check in and see how I've been getting on with using new wash until it ran out. Hi everyone, so I just got finished filming my foundation update number 3 video, but I just wanted to also give you an update on how I've been getting on with my hair and my Hairstory new wash thing. This is the end of my second week now, and I am just over the moon. I still haven't got to a point where my hair's maybe rebelling or it's going very oily. It still very much seems to feel like every time I use the new wash, my hair just sighs in delight. It's so happy. It feels amazing. It's very light and bouncy, and it just still feels like that first wash that I did where I was just absolutely blown away. I am starting to experiment a little bit more with my own styling products. I was planning on trying to do the 30 days only using their styling products, but it quickly became apparent that I just needed a little bit more of something else just to help me out a little bit with the frizz. But I can get away with the styling products. They do make my hair look nice. I was just looking for something that just gave me a bit more hold and hopefully give me a good second, third day between washes. I am so happy with how my hair has turned out today. What I've used on it today is I did wash my hair this morning with new wash, and then whilst it was still really dripping wet, I applied 2 pumps of hair balm, and then I also used some curl hair gel, and I've got this beautiful looking curly head of hair today, which I'm absolutely over the moon with. It's given me the definition that I want, but my hair still feels very light. It doesn't feel weighed down at all like it would do if I was using some of my other styling products. So I am honestly over the moon. I am still very apprehensive about the price of this system, because I know from a lot of the comments that you guys have left me, whether it be on YouTube or on Instagram or wherever, a lot of you are very nervous about the price of this, and I totally get where you're coming from. At the end of the day, Hairstory sent this stuff to me, so it's not like I had to part with my own cash, and I have to remind myself of that every time I use it. I have to tell myself, would I have spent £44 on this? And as much as I'm only 2 weeks in and I really want to answer yes, of course I would to that question, it ultimately comes down to how long these products last, because if they only last me a month, there's no way that I would be able to afford that for these products. But I think in the early days I was washing my hair a bit more frequently than I would do normally, largely because it's been so unbelievably hot and I've just felt like my hair's been getting quite sweaty. But I've not been getting to the point when I have been leaving it that bit longer, say 2-3 days between washes, where my hair started to feel really gross. What I think I'm going to do for the remainder of my challenge, because I am quite intrigued to see what using my regular styling products will do in terms of whether my hair will feel properly clean or not, is I'm going to continue to use my own styling products as well as theirs, and just see how I cope with being able to wash potential product buildup out. but I also want to see how I can get on with maybe only washing my hair every 3-4 days, just to see if I can eke it out, whilst at the same time being aware of how my hair's looking and feeling, and obviously not eking it out for the sake of it, because at the end of the day I want my hair to look nice all of the time, not just on wash days. So my fingers are still crossed, but I'm really hopeful that actually this is just going to be a delightful 30-day experience, which I don't think I'm going to want to end, if I'm completely honest with you. Hi everyone, so I just wanted to give you a quick update on how I'm getting on with my 30 days of using just New Wash. I'm actually reaching the end of the 30 days now, and it's been such an interesting 30 days. I never thought my hair would be able to cope with using the same product just for 30 days in terms of washing it. I thought my hair would get dry, or maybe even a bit oily or greasy or something, and actually it's been such a pleasant surprise because my hair still feels light and bouncy and healthy and fresh and just gorgeous, really. I have started experimenting quite a bit more with some of my other styling products because I just want to make sure that I'm going to be able to wash them out thoroughly while still using New Wash, and I've not really had any issues so far in that respect. It's been managing to wash everything out okay. I do definitely still need to wash my hair probably every 3 days, and I really don't think that I can eke it out much longer than that, and I think that's partly due to the fact that I do cycle quite a lot, so I think that's more down to a personal lifestyle thing for me, really. I think if I wasn't cycling, then I probably could eke it out for a little bit longer, so potentially this stuff can actually last for quite a long time. But overall, I'm still really happy with how I've been getting on. My hair feels fantastic, and I'm kind of getting to the point now where I'm starting to explore other options, what else is out there, to maybe try and get some kind of a comparison, because I don't really want to use too many products. I think one thing that New Wash has taught me is the fact that you can actually get away with just using one thing, and I've always been one of those girls who uses tons of conditioner because I felt like I really needed it. My hair felt very dry, and my hair hasn't felt dry at all using New Wash. It just feels very cleansed, but also moisturised and well looked after as well, which is something that has been a really pleasant surprise. So because of that, I don't really want to have to go back to having more than one product in the shower. So the hunt is now on for me to try and find something else, because I'm very conscious of the fact that I know quite a few of you are really concerned about the upfront cost of this. So I think in order for me to be truly fair, I will try something else for 30 days just to try and draw a comparison. But my work is being cut out for me a little bit trying to find just one replacement, because most co-washes I've looked at you can't use all the time like New Wash. You can only use it maybe every other wash, because you will start to get build up in your hair, whether that's because of silicons in the product or something else there that starts to cause build up, and then you'll need to use more of a stripping product to try and get rid of all that build up, and then you start again. That really does not appeal to me. I don't like the idea of using something which starts to build up on your hair and then you have to use something potentially quite harsh to then strip it all away again. So I am finding it quite hard trying to find a replacement. I know a lot of you have given me some excellent suggestions, so I have a lot of research to do, but hopefully I will find something and be able to test it out for 30 days just to see how it compares. When I sat down to watch those previous check-ins that I did, I had a bit of a smile on my face because I thought my opinion just has not changed at all. And if you're wondering how long New Wash lasted me until it ran out, because I do believe I really only have one more wash left in it, it actually did last me 2 months, which I'm amazed at, because in the beginning I was using a ton of product. I think I was using 5 pumps on my roots, 4 on the ends. Now I probably use 3 or 4 pumps for my whole hair, and that's definitely enough. My hair definitely feels clean using that amount. I may well wash my hair a bit more often than perhaps I would like to, and I did go through a phase quite recently where I was quite addicted to washing my hair thanks to New Wash, and I was literally washing it every single day, and my hair was just in some kind of heaven because my hair still absolutely loves this hair wash. I don't know why, I don't know what makes it different, but it does absolutely love it. So in terms of how I'm feeling about New Wash, I still absolutely love it, and I'm going to be gutted when I used that last bit that's in there, because I've absolutely loved this experience that ended up lasting 2 months, which did surprise me because I was getting through it so quickly. I was really worried that it was actually only going to last maybe a month or something. So when it comes down to price, because this is the main concern that I've had, because as you guys know, having watched me talk from a few weeks ago, and if you watch my first impressions video and best and worst of beauty, you'll know that I do actually love the product. So it wasn't ever really the products that were at question here, it was the price tag. Now thinking about it, the £44 size bottle that I had, which is the smaller one that you can get, it's obviously lasted me 2 months, which makes it £22 a month that it has cost me to wash my hair. And honestly, I think that's pretty good. I've never really worked out how much I spend on washing and conditioning my hair before, so I think I do need to do some comparisons just to truly see whether that is a lot of money or not, because at the moment I have no idea, but it doesn't seem like it's a huge amount of money. And like I said, I did use a ton of this product, probably way more than I needed to, just purely because I was a bit addicted to using it. I didn't really need to wash my hair, but I was in the shower, and before I could even stop myself, my hand is kind of reaching out to grab New Wash, because it is addictive stuff. And if you ever get to try it, then you'll know what I mean, because my hair just feels like silk. And that brings me neatly onto, did my hair change at all? Because that was another thing I was a bit concerned about. Was it going to dry my hair out? Was my hair going to get greasy? Was my hair going to rebel at some point, like I know some people have, just using the one product? I'm very pleased to say that actually that hasn't happened at all. My hair has just loved it from day one. If I had a backup bottle and I continued to use it, maybe it would happen at some point down the line. Maybe I've just been very lucky. Maybe my hair is very compatible with New Wash. But it still just feels like just nice, normal, healthy, gorgeous hair. And if it wasn't for the fact that I wanted to draw a bit of a comparison to do some analysis in terms of how much it would cost to use a more kind of normal shampoo and conditioner, then I would quite happily repurchase this and repurchase it and repurchase it for as long as my hair liked it, because my hair absolutely loves it. And do you know what? It's been really nice being really streamlined in the shower with just having to pick up one bottle. As soon as I hop in the shower, the first thing I do is I wet my hair, I put the New Wash on there, give it a really good scrub and a brush through, and then I just leave my hair to kind of soak that product in whilst I do the rest of my shower routine. And then the last thing I do is rinse it all out. And my hair just absolutely loves it. In terms of the products that they sent me, I've both got the hair balm and the dressed up lotion as well. This one's more for like air drying your hair, whereas dressed up just gives you that little bit more hold, and it can give you a little bit of heat protection as well if you're going to use a hairdryer. I actually really like these, and I like them best in conjunction with one another, so I usually use an equal amount of each one, because I find that my hair loves the balm, it just soaks it up, and the dressed up is really handy for if I don't have a huge amount of time and I want to dry my hair using my hairdryer, which, let's face it, is most days, then I like to be able to have a little bit of this in here, because it does just give me a little bit more definition and control when using the hairdryer. And actually what I have on my hair today is a combination of just these two products. I don't have any other styling products on there at all. When I first started out doing this experiment, I wanted to start trying some of my other styling products just to see if it made a difference at all in terms of there being any build-up in my hair and whether New Wash would cope being able to wash that out. Again, I'm really happy to say that in all of the experimentation that I did, New Wash coped with it fine, washed my hair beautifully, didn't really feel any build-up on my hair at all, which was another thing that I was a little bit concerned about. So really happy to report about that. And I know a few of you were concerned about the fact that you felt that it was quite expensive and that there were other products that were basically the same thing on the market for the same value. Well, I did actually reach out to Hairstory just to check the facts on this, and this is what they came back to me with. Our pricing is the result of several factors. First, it turns out that when you make a product that isn't based on the detergents that everyone else uses, it costs more to make the product. Second, we are a family-run business that doesn't have the resources of big companies, and we can't fund big losses forever like The Honest Company and other newer brands you may have heard of. And finally, we think of pricing in the following way. You are only buying one product instead of 2 or 3. The average time between purchase of the 8-ounce bottle is 82 days, and this translates to about $1 to $1.33 per wash. New wash isn't cheap at all, but we think the value is there to support the cost to our customers, and our repeat purchase rates are crazy strong. I've been watching the geography of our sales closely, and we're selling across all areas of the US and Canada. We are not just selling in rich cities, but in rural and less wealthy areas too, and I'm very happy about that. Finally, on a personal philosophical note, I believe life is more expensive than people want to admit and pay for, and I choose to buy locally from small companies and at farmers markets wherever I can. I just buy less and pick my purchases carefully. That's part of what we believe in at Hairstory. I know it's a long answer, but I hope it helps. And in terms of the question around are there any other products out there that are comparable to New Wash, there really aren't. The closest comparison is When, but this does contain silicons, so it's not really a comparison at all. So really, as it stands in terms of from the ingredients point of view, there is only New Wash. So it probably is a bit unfair to draw too much of a comparison to what else is out there. But at the end of the day, I am just a consumer like you guys, so I'm going to put my trust and faith in what Hairstory have told me, because I'm not a scientist, I'm not a chemist, I don't specifically know what grade of ingredients they've used or indeed what quantities as well, because as much as you can compare a list of ingredients on 2 different products, you obviously don't know the exact formula or what quantities they've used. That's where they'd obviously be disclosing all of their secrets, and then everyone would go out and make their products and try and do it at a cheaper amount. So it's not for me to kind of pull apart the science of it all, because I definitely don't fully understand all of it. So I'm going to put my trust and faith in Hairstory in terms of the information that they've given me. But from a personal point of view, my hair has felt absolutely amazing, and I can't believe I've got away with just using one product to wash and condition my hair for 2 whole months. I absolutely cannot believe it. So in conclusion, I would definitely recommend that you try out New Wash. I know it's a big investment, but at the end of the day, hopefully you get a couple of months use out of it like I have too, and that will give you a really good idea of whether this is something that you want to pick up and purchase again. Like I said earlier on, I am going to be doing some further analysis and do some comparisons to other products that I've got sat waiting for me to try at the moment, because I have stockpiled quite a few other shampoos and conditioners. Like I said, you can't really compare them to New Wash because it is a whole different system, but I just want to compare things from a how my hair is feeling and a cost point of view. So that's how I'm going to be approaching this comparison. I really hope that you found this review helpful, because I know that New Wash and Hairstory is a little bit of an internet enigma, and hopefully I've just managed to break that down a little bit for you if you were curious about trying it for yourself. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, I would really appreciate a thumbs up down below, because it does really help support my channel. And if you are new and would like to subscribe to see more content like this from me in the future, I will pop a button just here so you can click it and get notified of new content as and when it gets uploaded. And if you've not seen my last video, I will pop a link to that one just up here so you can click it and check that one out too. Anyway, I hope you're all really well, and I will see you again soon. Bye!